to see if anybody's not ever escaped. We need to open up one like that. If you don't escape, we kill you. Okay, but that was Cascade Falls Light and Water Show. And it's gorgeous. It really is. Look it up on trips in Jackson, Michigan. You'll be pleasantly surprised. I wish I could show you the pictures because it's just beautiful. Yeah, I know. I don't know. We could do that though. That would be fun. Did you see Blood Drive tonight, Chris? I just wondered. Because we could feed the people to the car. It's one way to do it, right? Another interesting date, couple-hour trip in Jackson, Michigan. Cell Block 7. And it's a part of the Michigan State prison system. It was closed by order of a federal judge due to overcrowding and a riot in 1981. It's a museum. It's recommended for people interested in prisons and the stories associated with it. Escapes, what went on there with the prisoners. And the guides tell the stories for you. So check that out. It's on the list of places to visit in Jackson, Michigan, just like a 2-hour, trip. Kids in the car, they don't want to sit too long. But I do have some day trips for you to talk about. And that's, if you want to go for the day, spend the night, great for kids. All these pretty much are kid-friendly. Another one I would recommend in Jackson, Michigan, the Chateau Aeronautique Winery. Who doesn't like a winery? Me. I'll taste wine, but I am not a real wine drinker. If I do have wine, it's got to be, I like a rosé or a pink blush or a white dry wine. I don't want a sweet wine. But anyway, and now that you know my preferences, I'm sure you'll remember that. The winery, the Chateau Aeronautique Winery, the winery gives a brief, interesting, and well-informed tour of winemaking. The owner is a pilot for Delta Airlines, and he has acquired a taste for French wine. They have a great winemaker on site, great tasting bar and atmosphere, and the walls are hand-painted. It is gorgeous. Look these places up. I'll give it a rundown again at the end. Look these places up. Also, for some of these places, go to Groupon for coupons for some of these things to do. You can find a lot of coupons are there. Or Retail Me Not, for some of the stores and stuff. So, check those out and be sure to check your Groupon. Excuse me. And now we're going on to day trips from Jackson, Michigan. And one of them is in Dearborn. And that's the Henry Ford Museum. Greenfield Village is how I remember it. I went as a kid. It's a Henry Ford Museum. It's huge. And that's a day trip. And spend the night if you can. Because you're going to need a couple days to look through everything. Detroit, this is a cultured treasure trove. Henry Ford Museum, Dearborn, Michigan, Greenfield Village. It is just, you want to see all the cars Henry Ford made. This is the place to go. The first airplane. It's just shops, and it's a beautiful place to go. It's great for kids. It's a learning education. I haven't been there in a long time, so I'm sure they have added new stuff since then. The Detroit Museums. This is a cultured treasure trove, complete with the Motown Museum and the Detroit Institute of Art and Sciences. And Detroit is the hometown of Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, and Madonna. Of course, Diana Ross and Supremes recorded there, Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, and the Jackson 5. You'll see the first recording studio called Studio A there. So it's a great tribute to the Motown era. So check it out if you can. This is all up in Michigan. You can check these online, day trips, and 2-hour trips. This next one is an amusement park. It's called Michigan Adventure. I don't know if you've been there, Lori. I'm sure you probably have been. It's an amusement park. It's one of the best, arguably one of the best coasters rides in the state of Michigan. It's a 250-acre amusement park. It's the largest amusement park in the state of Michigan. It includes an outdoor water park called Wild Water Adventure. It's headlined by 7 roller coasters, including Shivering Timbers, and, of course, a basic corkscrew coaster and a suspended looping coaster called Thunderhawk. So, if you love coasters, one of the good places to go. The other is here, 30 minutes from me, Cedar Point Amusement Park. If you haven't heard of it, I don't know where you've been. Vacationland USA, of course, Sandusky, Ohio, home of Cedar Point. So come check us out. It's like 30 minutes from me, which, of course, that's why I never go, right? Every couple of years. I am not a coaster person. I'll ride some of them, but I'm sorry, going up the hill and there's nothing on either side of you. Final Destination comes to mind. Thank you very much. No, I will pass. Okay. And of course, one of the best attractions, I think, in Michigan is Frankenmuth. If you've not heard of Frankenmuth, again, I don't know where you've been. It is like the Christmas capital of the world there in Frankenmuth. It's not just for Christmas. This German-themed town is great for food, beer, and taking in a little bit of European culture. It is amazing there. I've been a few times. Excuse me. I've been a few times, and it is just amazing. I was in the winter. It was in November, and of course they have the wonderful, gorgeous carriage rides in the winter with the snow and all the Christmas and everything. It's just, yeah, if you love Christmas, this is the place to go. It is year-round. And the best place to go is Bronner's. It's open year-round. And the Bronner's Silent Night Chapel is a exact replica of the chapel in Obendorf, Austria. It's built on the altar site of St. Nicholas Church in Austria, where Silent Night was first sung with a guitar in the year 1818. And once a year, it is played that exact same way with a guitar on December 24th every year. Yes, I know. The nerve of some people, I'm telling you what. Yeah, I can't talk and type at the same time. Okay. Yeah, Bronner's is totally awesome. And on December 24th, they reenact the first Silent Night sung with a guitar. And Bronner's Christmas Wonderland, it's a Christmas lover's dream. If you love Christmas and you haven't been here, I don't know what to tell you. It's for all ages. It's with over 1.5 football fields of ornaments, lights, trees, decor, everything you can think of, they have it. And of course, the Christmas displays are illuminated every night. And they're just gorgeous. It's like Christmas USA there. Of course, another thing comes to mind is Charlie Manx, Christmas Land, right, Chris? Christmas Land. Maybe that's not such a good thing. If you haven't read it, please read Nosferatu by Joe Hill. That's where that reference is from. Yeah, this is like Christmas USA, and that just came to mind right now. Maybe that wasn't such a good reference. I don't know. That's kind of creepy, actually. If you haven't read Nosferatu, I think you better before you go there. Anywho, oh my gosh. Okay, that's our for Michigan, where our own Lori Wood lives. One was Epic Escapes, where you're locked in a room, you have to escape. I don't know. We'll have to put somebody in there. Christmas Land, yeah, kind of creepy, ain't it? Ooh. We'll have to put we ought to take somebody with us, Chris, to this Epic Escapes and see if they kill them afterwards. If they do, we won't go in. Oh, you got me going now. Stop it. Cascade Falls, the music and water light show. Cell Block 7s, which is prison. Chateau Aeronautique Winery, French wines and atmosphere and all that good stuff. The Dearborn, Michigan, Henry Ford Museum, Greenfield Village up there, totally fantastic. Detroit Museums, please visit the Motown one. Yes. Michigan Adventure Amusement Park, of course. And please, if you love Christmas, go to Frankenmuth. Maybe I'll go during the day. Maybe it won't be so creepy. Okay. We're moving on to... It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be. There you go. There you go. Now you're talking. It'd be a good story. I don't know if Ike's going to be listening, but I'm going to move on to his. Ike and Steven, they live in North Glen, Colorado, and I got a couple 2-hour trips for their area. One of them being Hanging Lake. This would be so beautiful. Ike, let me know if you've been to any of these, okay? Hanging Lake. It's a green-colored pool that hangs in a valley in Glenwood County, near Glenwood Springs. The hike is actually a half a mile on a paved bike path, then a 1 mile steep hike with 1,000 foot of elevation gain. It's a tough walk, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah, and Susan. I am sorry, yes. Susan, Stephen, and Ike live in North Glen, Colorado, and Hanging Lake. Guys, let me know if you've been there, because I wish I could show you the pictures. It is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And with a bonus feature with this, is just a short hike above Hanging Lake. It's called Spouting Rock. And it's an impressive waterfall that actually spouts right out of the rock face. And you can sit and watch it from underneath. It's really cool. The pictures are absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Let me know if any of you guys have been there. That would be a beautiful, beautiful thing to do, place to go. And, hiking is good for you. I don't know about me, but that would take me all day just to do that, probably. This one's interesting. I thought it was kind of fun when I found it. It's called Banjo Billy's Bus Tours. Banjo Billy's Bus Tours. This is just for fun. That would be so much fun to do. It gives history tours of Boulder and Denver, as well as brewery tours from an old school bus that's tricked out to look like a hillbilly shack. That would be fun. You could hear ghost stories, crime stories, and history while sitting on a couch, recliner, or a saddle as the bus rolls through the core of the cities. It is just so cool looking. It would just be so much fun to do that. It reminds me of Gatlinburg, hillbilly golf on the side of the hill. If you have never played putt-putt golf on the side of a hill, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know what you're missing, believe me. It was so much fun. Some of these things you just find, as you go through these places. And there was this haunted house in Gatlinburg also, and it was so cheap. It was like $3.50 a person or something. I went with my parents, and we had a blast in there. You had to find the hidden passageways. You first walk in, and there's a fireplace and a living room type thing, and you had to figure out how to get to almost like the Epic Escapes, but you're not locked in there. You have to find your way through this haunted house, and of course the tilting balconies, the stuff springing out at you. My mother just was dying. It was just so much fun, and eventually you get to the I think it was a dungeon, and you had your picture taken, with these things. It was just so much fun, and it was so cheap. So you can find some of these little things like this. Banjo Billy's Bus Tours. It's probably a riot. It's got to be. So, and you'll hear history